that. There we go. I did it.
All
Okay.
right.
We're rolling.
We are rolling. Welcome, everybody, to God's Insight for the Soul. I am Bridget, and my lovely co host Lori and I created this space. Really, it's a healing space for people to come together. We do it in small groups, 2 to 3 at a time. You can come on here and ask a question or provide a situation that you just want a little more insight into. Or we can pull an angel card and see where the energy is going. But really, Lori and I, we started this because we love spending time in communication with life force, love, energy, I call God. And as we spend time in that relationship directly with God, there's he speaks to us and he speaks to everyone in different ways. And we also love being in community. And when we are in community, it's amazing how love doesn't just stop at one person to one person, but it magnifies and it multiplies when we're in community. So, whether you're the one asking the question, or if you're listening right now live, or if you're tuning in at a later date, no matter the time, if you're hearing the words, this message, there is something in this message for you. So, really stop and ask your creator, what is in this for me right now? And that's what God's Insights for the Soul is, a space for us to come together and see what's coming up and see how it affects each one of us individually, because God's speaking to all of us all the time. So again, I'm Bridget. My co-host Lori. Is there anything you'd like to add, Lori?
No, I love this space. I love this space. I love the gifting of it. I love what you said about the magnification of it. I'm just grateful and thankful to be here. So
Awesome.
take it
Well,
away.
we will get started then. We have our lovely willing participants. And I think today, let's start with Cynthia.
Yay! So excited.
All right, sis,
So,
what do you got for us?
I want some insight into a baby step or a couple baby steps I could put into place and start doing that would help me transition the life situation I'm in without just totally jumping ship. You know, I have my husband, daughter, and grandkids, and I don't want to abandon them all, but I need, whether it's okay, stop drinking coffee or start eating apricots, some kind of little baby step, that will help me move towards having more joy and happiness and peace in my life.
Bridget, you want me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so there's the physical and there's the energetic. And the first thing that I got was jump ship energetically.
Okay.
And so what might that look like? It might look like, oh guys, I'm sick today, and go to your room and stay there all day and don't give to any of them, right? So you're still physically there, but in that day you separate and you say, if and and again, sometimes guys, us that are like pleasers and caregivers, and like, we really don't realize it's so put your own mask on first, all of the things. But seriously, sit there and go, if I died, what would happen to all these people? If I worked myself to the bone and gave myself a heart attack and I died because I was trying to take care of all these other people, what would happen to them? Guess what? They'd figure it out. Right? So So doing something big, because when you're like, oh, just give me a little step, energetically, you just won't do the little step. You won't do it. All the other things will get overwhelming for you. So in some way, you have to take that bold step to really swing the pendulum of energy to the other side, right? So if that means you spend a day meditating on what they would do if you died, or if you said, oh, I'm really sick, and you went in your room and you freaking ate bonbons and binged Netflix for a day, and then come out at the end of it and go, yep, everyone's still alive, like whatever. But you don't, like, unfortunately, you don't get a little step. You have to do something pretty dramatic to shift the energy. And I love you. Because we never want to hear that, you guys. We never, because we're like, oh, that would be so hard. But you're not jumping ship, and you're not just leaving them, and you're not dying, and you're not, right? So that's that energetic, like, allowing to play the game of doing it, so that then when you do come back and say no, it doesn't shock your system, right? Because you're like, I spent a whole day saying no and everybody lived. Okay, cool. I can do it right here too.
Okay. Well, I can't play sick, but I can basically tell them, okay, Saturday's going to be my day, and I don't communicate with any of you. Bye.
Okay. Okay.
That's huge, Cynthia. The first couple of things that I got was, yes, this pleasing energy of needing to please everybody that you're taking care of. And um I kept getting, I love how Lori's words were saying exactly what I kept feeling, because I kept feeling, but you need to be really, really selfish, like really, really selfish. And I was like, okay, so it's the little steps that you asked for. Do I want, if you're presented with an apple or an orange, do I want the apple or do I want the orange? Do I want to say yes to this? Do I want to say no to this? And that first, that's what, somebody asks you to do something. Yes, that's your first thing. But then as Lori was talking, what I just heard so plainly, what if you were the one that you were taking care of?
Mm.
That would be nice.
And play on Saturday, tell everybody, I'm not going to be available. And you actually care for you in the way that you care for your husband, in the way that you care for your grandkids, in the way that you care for your daughter. And no matter what thoughts come into your head, because I can already like feel you going, oh, I don't deserve that, or that saboteur saying, oh, but I'm not my grandkids, or whatever that thought is that comes up, you push that aside and you said, no, I am here to take care of this person, and this person today is Cynthia. That's
That's
who you're
wonderful.
taking care of.
I like that. The other
Okay.
thing was like a big light bulb went on when you said that I needed to be selfish. And I always remember everybody says, well, the people that are in your life are mirrors to you of what you need to be doing. This is it's horrible to say, but lately when I look at my husband, I'm like, man, he is so selfish. And his world just all revolves around him. It's all about him. And I was like, wow, now I know why he's mirroring. He showed me what I need to do. So thank you, husband. Even though you don't know you're doing it, you're helping me. All right.
Love
That's
it.
beautiful. Thank you both. I like
Yeah.
it.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Very cool.
All right. I think Thelma. Thelma is next.
I would like to hear like what's in my highest to hear right now.
Bridget, I feel like you're supposed to go first on this one.
Okay. So Thelma, as as we first started to sit in silence, and I almost came on and just reminded everybody who's tuning into this, just to sometimes it is okay to sit in silence. Um, but it's funny then for you, I kept getting like, just get out of your head, get out of your head, get out of figuring it all out, asking all the appropriate questions, get out of your head. There's like, and right now then transitions is what's coming up. There's a flow of life, seasons that we go into. We just hit fall, which is a transition time. Um, and that transition, whatever it looks like, trying to get it right, making the movements count, the time spent with your kids count. Get out of the head of trying to make it perfect for them and right for them, and enjoy the flow of the life that you're living. Even when it's very, even when there's lots of moving parts, even when there's lots of transitions going on. I'm sure your son just, if he hasn't started school, will be starting school. I'm sure we're in September, right? He's in school. But all of those transitions, instead of trying to get it right for him or for your daughter, ride the wave of the transition and feel it. Stop so much in the head. Enjoy the time in the space that you have with him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yesterday I was at this meeting and we were talking about books and different books people had read. And I joked around about how one of the books that one of the gals was talking about, she loved it. And she had said, Lori gave me that book. And I said, yeah, somebody gave me this book. And she's like, I was totally thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. And she gave me this book. And I was like, she definitely was not thinking about me because I don't read. Right. And everyone's like, yeah. Right. Of course, we all know, we're close friends. We all know you don't read. We would never give you a book. Right. And then I'm driving down the road yesterday after that meeting, and I'm just sitting at a red light and I'm just tuning out. I'm just there. And all of a sudden I hear God go, God, you're a bitch. And I was like, what I do now? Right. And he goes, she was totally thinking about you. She was totally thinking that this book jives with who you are. She thought that this book would be fun for you, this information. She kept this book in her car for months until she saw you. And then when she saw you, she ran out to her car, got it, and brought it to you. She was thinking about you the whole time. And the only thing that you were thinking about was that you don't read books. So she must not have really been thinking about you. And in that moment, I was like, man, that's so cool to know. That's so cool to know. And what is so cool to know is that the behavior, the practice, the pattern of focusing on where people aren't thinking about me is so natural for me that I didn't even realize that I was doing it. Right. And that's the thing that's coming up right now is like the pattern of you looking at you small is so normal for you that you don't even realize you're seeing yourself as small. right? So there is this like, be bold, be big, be you, be loud, be sexy, be dark, be all of the things that you are. But there's this part of you that says, I totally already do that. I speak my mind. I tell people what I think. I make decisions for myself. But it's like this pattern of being small is so normal that you don't even realize. And the invitation is, and don't be mad that that's been a pattern, right? So in the moment that God was like, Laura, you're a bitch, I was like, oh, dude, yes, because that's how I had to hear it. Now, he didn't say, Lori, you did something wrong. Lori, I can't believe that you like did XYZ. But he had to get my attention the way that he can get my attention. And then he offered me freedom through showing me where my patterns are so normal that I believe that they're true. So the invitation is, there's nothing wrong with you that you have that pattern. We all have patterns. We all have been programmed for some shit, right? But that every time you see that you're functioning in those patterns, to recognize, oh, it's just an invitation to something that I haven't done enough times for it to become a normal pattern like that. And it's just like, I just keep saying like this like, I don't even know how to describe it, because it's not like the person of God going whole, like opening up space to hold you. It's like the whole universe opening up space to hold you. It's like energy opening up to hold you. It's just this opening that then you don't have to get caught up in who loves me, who doesn't love me, who likes my boldness, who it's just this open energy just waiting for you to just go, oh yeah, I'm so loved, right? And just it's so inviting. Like everything I keep getting is just this invitation into this rest, this invitation into this knowing that who you are, and that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you haven't done anything wrong. And though you're playing small, it's not that you're playing small and so play big. It's that this is the pattern and this is the invitation to play bigger, right? And it just, again, like just that opening, it just feels so expansive and like just wants to bring you into this open space.
So yesterday night I watched this movie that the guy says, poetry is not meant to be read, it's meant to be lived. And that really resonated with me because I am in my head a lot, and I am very analytical, and I am very logical because it was a pattern of survival. I have to stay safe. I have to, I got to survive. I got to take care of me. Right. So Bridget, absolutely. And I've been better holding the ebbs and flows of my life, finding the beauty in the saddest parts just as much as the most joyful parts. And that's been like a really deepening practice. Because like I knew a lot up here, but I've really been like being in here with like today's Noah's first football game and I'm not there. But I got to call him this morning. He's wearing number sevens, which he knows is my number. So our bond is growing in a different way that wouldn't have been available had we been together. So God works in beautiful ways, and I get to trust in that all my life is beautiful. So thank you to that. That was super validating. And then literally before I got on here, I messaged my friend because I have this like huge idea, but it's not just like a product or a service. It's like a movement that and there's so many layers and things, and I was like, I don't feel big enough to hold this. Like I feel so small. How can I be the impetus to this like tsunami of a way of being in the world? Like I'm so tiny. And as I was talking to her, I was like in my energy talk, and I was like, but I know that I can be bigger. I pray to be bigger, to be able to hold it. Like the entity of me, not the like Thelma personality of me, but this like energetic, like God's gonna, I don't even have the words. I don't know how to explain it, but that's the best they could do. And earlier this week, I've been learning to day trade, and I feel really stupid with it. Like, and I pride myself on being smart, but I feel dumb. Like with this, I have to reread, and it's hard for me. It's humbling, and I get to love all of me in it. Um, but I figured out an analysis. I set up a strategy. I stuck to it. I didn't run away from it, and I hit it. Like I did it. And I was beyond like, "Oh my God, I did it." And then within a few like hours, the dopamine wore off, and I sunk into like a, that was luck. Like I'm not that smart. And I reached out to my trading group because it's an Oracle's trading group, and I reached out to them, and I was like, this is what happened. And the trading teacher is also the Oracle teacher. She's like, this is so beautiful. You're making me cry, because that's natural to drop down to the support of the old pattern that makes us feel safe, because it's scary to be that big or to be that right or to be that intelligent. Like it's easier to shrink down and say, no, 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 I can't do that. And then I started looking at like my whole life, because trading is very much mimicking life. And I was like, holy shit, I do that everywhere. Like I step out and I'm like, I'm going to. And then it's like, oh, no, 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 that I can't do that. I have to stay right here, because this is all I can really hold. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And it was so spot on. And I trust that God will continue to unravel me in the most beautiful ways, and that there's nothing, this is not another thing for me to do, right? It's a thing to be aware of and notice and hold. I get to like hold myself in it and be like, oh, okay, girl, like we're good here. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you.
Guys, this is the unfolding, and I love what Thom was talking about like we do the thing, and you know, like our teacher said, and then we come back down, and then we do the thing and we come back down. But guys, we never, it's not this. It feels like
Mhm.
this, but guess what? It's this,
Mhm.
right? It just sometimes feels like this when we stay in this physical realm of what we're not, instead of recognizing, oh no, oh yeah, I didn't come as low, or I didn't let that high overtake me like it used to. Like I rode it, I enjoyed it, it was fun, but I didn't attach to it, so I fell further, right? All the things. And so guys, at the end of the day, what our this looks like for each of us is different. And all we have is this community, where we come together. Just like I love that you reached out to your community, right? Because then we come together and we go, girl, I love you. I love you in the highs and I love you in the lows. And girl, yeah, that's normal. Oh my gosh, yeah, you feel like a piece of shit today. Yeah, I felt that way. Girl, you're riding high today. Yeah, let me high five you up there, right? This community, the relationships that we make, this is really life. This is just what we came to do in life, but this is life. So well done that's what you're playing out when you have those support systems. And then to be the one that gets to be the support system that says, yeah, girl, I felt that. Yep. So normal. Yep. Love you. Yep. Write it out. Sit in it. Feel it. Cry. All the things. Yep. Yep. I love it.
Yes.
Well
Thank you,
done.
Thelma.
Thank you.
All right, Catherine.
Yes, Thelma, that was awesome. I love hearing about you. Um, so I think I'm going to pull a card today.
Okay. Deck 1, 2, or 3.
2.
Okay, you guys, I love when I do this. This has happened a couple times. So this card was the top card. And I was like, oh, I think that's her card. And I'm like, am I making that up because it was just the top card and whatever? And so I'm like, I'm going to mix them up. And if it really was her card, it'll come back out. I love that.
Did?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Freaking love it. Okay, so here's the card.
Mm.
And
Okay,
it says,
hold on. Start.
Heart chakra. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and to be loved with an open heart. As you stand by with perfect protection and guidance. I'm going to read it again. Heart chakra. Open up your heart chakra right now, Catherine. Take a couple of deep breaths, go inside yourself, and just open up your heart as much as you possibly can. Love is, I'm going to change the words a little bit. Love is all that matters. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and to be loved with an open heart.
I have a hard time with that because I always feel like that if I put
As
it
we
out there,
stand by with perfect protection and guidance.
exactly. I always feel like I'm going to be cut off if I open it up. It's just going to be smashed. You know. Yeah.
Catherine, this image that I keep getting, and I've watched recently some like medical shows, and I'm squeamish at blood or anything, so I watch them like this. Wait. But this image that I keep getting is in an OR, being laid on a table in an OR. And completely like stripped open, crack of the chest, right, crack of the ribs. They take a bar and they pull your chest plate apart when they're doing open heart surgery. Like they pull that apart. And so I just had this image of you lying on this OR table, the lights, it's always cold in an OR. That's something I've learned also. It gets super, super cold because you're dealing with a living human flesh and all these living organs and everything. And so it has to be cold to keep infections out and to do all the things. And surgeons are wrapped in safety gear to protect you as the patient, right? And here, so I have this image of you on this OR table and being like completely open. And that is how much God loves you. And that is how much God sees you.
Mm.
protects you. And yeah, that armor that you put up, God will penetrate it, but his invitation to you is to lay lifeless on his OR table. Because that is how much he loves you.
Nice.
Okay, I have to look up something. Because as soon as you said that, Bridget, this came up. So let me pull it up real quick. Often we for those of us who have grown up in the church, we hear verses so many times we get numb to really what it means. And what you just said brings this to mind. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your body. Oh, I'm going to cry. You present your body as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God. And the next verse after that is, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you prove what is the good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. And if we make a sandwich out of that, listen again, okay? That you present your body a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable. You are already holy and acceptable. However, we're conformed to the world to believe that we're not, to believe we're small, to believe we have to please other people, to believe that we're not loved, to believe we have to protect ourselves. That's the conformity to the world. And now the invitation is to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Well, what is that? That you prove what is good and acceptable and perfect. Me, I'm already good and perfect and acceptable. And I lay that on the altar, but I stay alive in the knowing that these patterns, these conformities it's a forever unfolding. Right? It's an invitation of this deeper intimacy, but it starts and it ends with knowing that I'm already okay, that I'm already accepted by God. I'm not doing something to be accepted. I'm accepted. Now I can transform my mind and let go of those patterns, because those patterns are the things that teach me that I have to perform and please other people and play small and do what's right according to what's going on in the world and do the things to not be canceled and all of the things. Instead of living from this place, I'm already acceptable to God. And that's all that fucking matters. And now, what am I going to do showing up in this world? And now, that love, that open heart, that ripping open of what Bridget was showing is this availability for God to move through us, right? It's the energy that Thelma was talking about. Like, my human can't do shit on its own. My human, I am too small. But when I open myself up to allow that, the depths and the power of that energy to move through me, but guess what? If my chest isn't ripped open, guess where it stops? Right there, right there, right there. right? The protection that I have also stops my love from actually going out. And now I get stuck in that pattern of the conformity. Here's the thing, guys. We have to start from recognizing I'm already accepted. God already loves me. And when I do something that maybe Bridget doesn't like, that's none of my business. That's between God and Bridget. Am I functioning in you, through you? Okay, cool. I'm already accepted. Cool. Am I going to make mistakes? Am I going to remember I'm playing small? Am I going to say shitty things at a meeting about somebody who is really caring deeply for me? Yeah, I'm going to do all those things. And guess what? I'm still accepted. That didn't disqualify me. It's just the experience. It never disqualified me. Yeah. Well done, Catherine. Well done. Yes, Thelma.
Can I add 2 cents? Is that allowed?
We've talked about this. We're like, how do we want to open this up?
Yeah, I don't know if that's allowed or not allowed, so I just wanted to know.
Let's save it for off camera. How about that?
Okay, let's do that.
Perfect. Bridget, is there anything else?
I do love, thank you, Catherine, for being very open and willing to receive what Lori and I were saying, the words that came out of our mouth. I just thank you so much for being open. And I love how, again, being in community, and God doesn't waste anything. And so how this all comes back to each one of us, and the synchronicities just in this conversation, how it relates to each one of us. So if you are watching and this looks fun for you, please join us. We have a link in our comments section. You can come on, and again, you can ask a question. We can pull an angel card. You can provide a situation that you just want a little more insight into. This is super fun for Lori and I, and it is a space that we hold sacred, this community, to pour into you. So we are here for encouragement. We are here to walk alongside you wherever you are in your journey. I think that's it.
Thanks for being here, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Okay, Thelma, let me tell you one of the reasons that I